Welcome back to another episode of Liv's Thoughts. And today we are going to talk about learning how to shut up and stop telling people your personal business. Number one, and I know this is a kind of brutally honest truth and not all the way true, but no one actually cares because everyone is so indulged in themselves. Like everyone thinks that this is their world and everyone's just living in it. Two, you are going to learn how to heal on your own when you shut the fuck up. Shut up. And I'm speaking with so much rage and passion about this because this is something that I wish I could go back in time and bop myself on the head. I'm just thinking about a time when I would chronically overshare everything about me on the internet, thinking being an open book was like the best thing ever. It makes people not respect you. Like, when you make your trauma and when you make your issues your personality, people don't want to be around that. Like, really think about that. Why would I want to be around someone who constantly talks about what's wrong with them or why they're not here, why they're doing this? Like, people don't trust you. Like, the fact that you're willing to share your deepest, darkest secrets, especially on the internet, people that make mental health their personality on the internet, you cannot expect to be anything else than your mental health. Like, really think about this. And I know that this is a fucking blunt truth for a lot of people, but you got to hear it from somewhere. Your mental health cannot be your personality because if it is your personality, that means you are letting it consume you. And if you are letting it consume you, how the fuck are you living life? Like, be so honest with yourself. And coming from someone who has BPD, I do not care if people know. Like, that's something I'm not embarrassed about. I don't think having feelings is something to be embarrassed about. I don't think showing your emotions is something to like be embarrassed or something weak to talk about. Like, 1000%, that's not what I'm saying. But why are you sharing your deepest, darkest, most fucked up parts of your life with thousands, millions of people on the internet? Like, really think about this and think about your future partner coming across your page and being like, ooh, she kind of shares everything. Like, what if we break up? Like, just hypothetically, like, what if we were to date this person, break up, and they share literally everything about our relationship on the internet? That's not something like people want to be a part of. You know what I mean? So stop making your personality your trauma. Like, you're making your trauma your personality. You're making your issues your personality, and you're becoming an insufferable person to be around. And there is so much of a difference between being an advocate for someone and making it everything about you. I feel like the more that I would talk about my BPD and share about my BPD, and this is not saying like don't share about things you've been through because it does help people knowing that you're not alone. But when I would constantly talk about BPD, I would say, yeah, I have BPD. This is why I do this. I'm literally using that as an excuse. That's not an excuse to be like for your behavior. Are you kidding? And I think people that share personal information let that be an excuse for the way they act. Or if they act terribly, I'm just so fucked up. Like, no one actually cares. You're projecting your own hurt onto other people. Stop sharing your personal information on the fucking internet. I'm literally like enraged by this right now. Like, I'm so upset because like I see people doing it and I'm like, when are you gonna learn? Like, literally, when are you going to fucking learn that it's not cool? It's not a flex to have mental health issues. Like, I just think, and something that's always stuck with me, with especially one of my best friends told me this, is I will literally refer to him. He told me that you're not special just because like you had things happen to you. It doesn't make you a more likable human being. Maybe it makes you more relatable, but that doesn't make you likable. I know that when I was relying on other people too much, when I was sad, I wasn't actually dealing with stuff. Like, I literally wasn't. I was using them as an outlet to rant about it and saying that I'm getting over it. That's not how that works. Buy a journal. It's 2 cents at the fucking store. Buy a pen. Write about it. Talk about it to a camera. Like, literally, do what you need to do to talk about it and get it out on your own. And one thing genuinely I found so comforting and helpful for myself is because I love talking. So I literally have hundreds of videos on my iPad right now of me just talking when I'm sad. I'm not going to share it to anyone ever because it's like my own personal shit. But it helped me talk about it. And I'm having like realizations as I'm talking about it, learning about the way I'm acting, looking back on these videos and being like, whoa, I've kind of grown a lot since then. But like, you really have to take a step back and realize no one else is going to want to help you. No one is going to trust you. No one is going to have respect for you when you make your problems your personality. Learn to shut up. Keep it to yourself. Write it down. Tell a close friend. Tell close friends, like, but don't tell everyone. Don't tell everyone. That is such a vulnerable part of yourself. And when you stop telling people things, you actually have time to heal. You actually have time to work through it. If you need help, go to therapy. There is so many outlets to get help. Stop posting about it. Yeah, that's all. Have a good day.